Well, thank you for joining. Again, I'm sure these seats will be full by the time I'm done. It's going to be a very, very compelling session. So, but thank you for making the time to come over. Most of you guys, I'm going to ask if everybody's from Florida. I can see you have a Texas map on your shirt, so you're probably not from Florida. How many people here are from Florida? Okay, you are. We're just trying to figure out this show. First time we've done it, so again, thank you very much for coming to attend the session. And I'll start off by telling you if there's anything here that looks interesting to you, we're over at booth 1006. Our company's called the Pavement Group. So what I wanted to talk about was utilizing technology to manage your building, manage your projects, specifically what we've done in the paving arena to help manage asphalt, concrete assets within your portfolio. So we started to look a bit ago at what was available out there, and what we realized, and this kind of, our methodology anyhow, I think what we learned works across all technologies within the building space and within the properties and ground space, that there was a tremendous amount of data collection tools out there, but not a lot of intelligence that was built into it. There's some stuff that, some stuff's really expensive, but there was just people that, if this was 1985, they would have been going out with a Kodak camera, 3 rolls of film, going to Photomat, developing it and dropping it off at your desk. And we're like, that's not really helpful. Most facilities, property managers we know, already know how to take pictures. It's kind of what's built in behind that to help you, utilize that information that we're giving you and then help you spend your dollars in the best way and try to stretch that budget dollar. So we kind of looked at this from the data standpoint, but also intelligence, and then ultimately within our technology stack, how do we implement that or integrate it with what you have in place already, just overall to make your lives easier, try to get you home to your families a little bit earlier, and again, make you look great to your boss or whoever it is that you have to report to by spending the budget dollars a little bit better. So I'm not going to do a deep dive because I didn't really want this to be a product demo, but we are demoing our app over at booth 1006. But I'll tell you a little bit about how we use technology to help our customers. So we're a national paving company, and we have to, again, utilize technology to be able to manage. We have 275 contractors that work with us. We're in 44 different states. A lot of information flow back and forth there between scheduling, ongoing projects, all that stuff. So we're pretty much a tech-driven company from the time we started back in 2018. And we built on top of that to, once our customers started telling us what it was that they were really looking for, what would be helpful. And the approach is really focused on positively impacting you and your business any way we can. So this is how we do it. We have a portfolio assessment app that we use. And this is something, again, this is what we're demoing. It's called Property Technologies. Your on-site folks can have this app on their phone. They can take a picture of a pothole, a catch basin that's broken, maybe you got some curbing that's banged up, send it in, we can turn pricing right around to them. We're building AI into this, where there's going to be dynamic pricing and they'll be able to get instant quotes right back and be able to act on that. From a high level, capital level, we will look at your properties, whether you have 200, 500, 5,000. We do assessments every couple of years on them, and it's boots on the ground assessments, but that's where that intelligence I was talking about comes into play. We're going to take that, understanding what your budget dollars are, what the motivations are on all the properties, whatever, if you're in commercial real estate and you're flipping every 3 years, or if you're institutional and you got to make that thing last 25 years, whatever it is, we're going to build that in with your help, and we're going to give you reports on how to spend that money over the next 5, 7, 10 years, and how to maintain the parking lot, and ultimately, again, make those budget dollars sort of grow. And that leads to better capital project planning, improved reactive repair execution, and better dollar for dollar spend value we found than any other contract that's out there. With our capital project management system, so this was sort of the baseline of what we had, and this is internal, but we share it with our customers. You'd have a portal, you have a login for this. So if we're doing a large scale project for you, something that's going to last a month or 2 months, something like that, we're using our technology to keep you up to date. Everything's in one place. Everyone on your team can log into this. This is Basecamp. It's a program we bought, we customized. But any contractor that you're using to do anything on your properties has access to this stuff, and it's not super expensive. So it's not too much to be looking for that, or to ask to have some sort of a project management software, whatever it is. There's a lot of them out there. And again, we've been very successful in being able to manage projects great communication. All your documents, pictures from every day are in there. So many of our clients are in Montana and they got projects in Florida and Texas and California going at the same time. So we're utilizing that technology. We're using AI on the background of all this sort of stuff to make their lives easier. And so you can just go into your computer, see what's going on real time, give us feedback, and share with your team, ultimately. So we like to say we don't just check every box, we actually want to show you that we're checking every box. So again, that's the transparency piece that we believe in as a contractor. And that's just some of the stuff that we have in there. But again, it's a visual world that we live in. You want to be able to see without having to get on a plane or take a 2-hour car ride to the site, to the project, whatever it is. And utilizing technology is such an easy way to do that. It's everybody's fingertips. I haven't met anybody that doesn't have a cell phone in like 20 years now, so you know everybody's got it, right? So just sort of demanding that a little bit more, and then having the information organized. Internally, this is a little bit of a sales pitch for us, but our reactive maintenance execution, and where we use, and I'll show you on the next screen, where we use technology to keep this all together. But you got to have a process flow. We've got thousands of work orders coming in every year. And I would bet some of you in your businesses are pushing out thousands of work orders. So you want to have that process flow that matches up with what you're doing. And you can see here, I'm not going to read every box here, but sort of how it goes, a little bit of a yes, no tree there. And then everybody owns, or somebody owns every one of those boxes within our company. And we use that technology to keep it organized and keep everything moving along. This is our back end system. And matches up with all that front end stuff, as you can see. So we start with things that are an assessment, and then when we're doing assessments for our customers, most of the time they turn into a project within the first couple of years, right? Because there's something that needs to get done out there, and it just moves down, and we're able to track everything in here. We've got a team member that specializes in every stage of that workflow internally. So again, we're providing the data, we're staying on top of the data, we're making sure the data moves and stays transparent every step of the way, if that makes sense. So, and this just gets you the second half of our process there. So, give you a little bit of sales pitch on the company. So, as I said, we work nationally. I think we're going to work in probably 44, 45 states this year. We have something called One Team, which is our contractor network. We get together with these contractors 4 times a year. We have retreats, 2-day retreats twice a year, where we bring in people to speak on leadership, culture. We have operational experts that help them. Within the paving arena, equipment, all that sort of stuff. So we built like a really, really cool community, really cool network of folks that also plug into our technology. They use our app, and as I said, if you want to come by the booth, I'll kind of show you how they do that. And it makes the project so much easier for you guys, because we're sitting in Pittsburgh, that's our headquarters. We got projects going in 44 states. They're getting that information back to us real time using the app. Right into our system, right to you. Sometimes it's going to us at the same time. But we've wanted to build this community a little bit tighter than just having subcontractors just going low bid, throwing out 5 bids every time that we're looking at a job. And so we decided to build this One Team community. Let me see if I got some pictures. This is one of our retreats we did, actually, I think it was in Miami last winter. It's again, it's just different, because people always say, well, you're a national contractor. I like to use the local guy. Well, we do too. And we're usually giving most of these contractors $1 million, $2 million a year in business, and we're invested in their success, because their success is our success. So we approach it a little bit differently. We're not just out to make money. Everybody's making money, right? We're not a nonprofit, but it's a much nicer way of doing business. And we've found, working with the larger companies, we start to work with a project manager that's in the Northwest, then the Southeast, and you're getting consistency. Our technology helps us do that, but also our contractor network helps us do that, so you know what to expect. And then that builds consistency across your team, and just so much efficiency, and you guys are getting time back, you're getting the budget dollars back, and then you get that flywheel rolling. So again, our commitment to the facilities and construction teams we work with is to have the data you need available to you 24/7, 365, in a transparent way that makes sense, that's not just a pile of pictures or a bunch of quotes. It's what you're looking for, and it's understandable. We like to keep our communication with you very proactive, and we provide a collaborative and transparent client experience. So, does anybody have any questions about, I just threw a lot out at you there, but my session got tightened up a little bit. We got started late, so I wanted to make sure we got through it all. Does anybody have any questions? Yes, sir. We do not, no. So we're parking lots. Where are you located? In Fort Lauderdale? Okay. Oh. Oh, I gotcha. Okay. Well, sounds good. You coming up to speak? Good. Good, good. That sounds interesting. Anybody else got any questions or anything else we can go over? No? All right. Well, right on time. All right, I'm going to give you that 3 minutes back. Well, I appreciate it. We're in booth 1006. It's the Pavement Group, and we'd love to show you. We're doing live demos of the app. We'll show you how you could use that, implement it with your team, or just use it yourself, and we can make your life better, give you time back, give you those budget dollars back. My name's Todd. I hope I see you over at the booth. Thank you, everybody.